Hey, this is Rick from MikenRickOUTDOORS, and today I want to tell you about a great new map. It's called HuntView from Garmin, and I think you're really going to like it. I'm really impressed with it. But before we get too deep into that, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as Mike and I put out new videos. What I really like about this is for several reasons. You know, if you're out camping, you want to know if you're on public land or private land, you can see really easily if it's BLM, Forest Service, if it's a national park, you better not be camping there without their authority, if it's a state land or if it's private. Now, I was looking at some stuff on Natural Atlas app, and if it's on the website here and the YouTube channel, and it's really nice because for $30 a year, I think it's $5 a month or something like that, you can get access to these public and private land boundaries, and that'll give most people what they want to know. But the HuntView is a lot different, and I say it's a lot different for another reason. I was talking to Garmin and I was complaining to him. I was like, you know, if you don't know this already, 90 bucks for the state of Colorado for HuntView. I'm like, are you joking? I can go get that information elsewhere. And they're like, well, you really can't, because yes, you can get the boundaries, but you don't get all the detail. And say on Natural Atlas or Gaia probably, and I know Gaia does it too, you can see the public land boundaries or public-private boundaries. And again, for most of us, that's fine. And you can then see what you need to know to stay on public land. But when I started looking at this HuntView, I noticed several things. It has detailed information on every parcel of land. I was testing it out at my house, and I just arrowed around on this thing. I didn't have to hit enter. I just arrowed over my property, and it gave my name and information. Next door neighbor arrowed, got his name and information. Now, this is really good information as a hunter. And if you want to ask and get permission to hunt on somebody else's land, now you know their name. Now it's easier to go then contact them, if you don't know them personally, to contact them and see if you can get a hunting lease or get approval to, maybe you need to walk across part of their land, or maybe you've shot your big buck and the big buck ran over onto their land. Well, if you don't want to then go track it and get in trouble, you can then contact them and talk to them. You know, I'm not the big hunter, Mike is, so I'm just throwing some things out there. But it was really impressive when I've been arrowing around and looking at different places here in Colorado. Right here on Dawson's Butte Open Space Trail, it's Douglas County. Across the street, it's private property, and I got the name of the person, and you can see all the boundaries of everybody. And then when I'm out, Mike and I are out camping, or we're out fishing this last year, and we're camping different places. Now I can see exactly what's public and private, and all the hunting. I can't remember the name, I apologize for it, but I'll put it up on the screen. But here in Colorado, they have certain areas that you can put in for or get drawn for, and then you can only hunt that area. Well, it has it on HuntView. And again, it's $90, but for most people, you don't need to spend $90. You can go on these apps and you can see the exact boundaries, and you can see general information if it's private or public, or if it's national forest and BLM. But with the HuntView, no, you get a lot more information. You get detailed information about the property, and it's worth it. If you're hunting, maybe, I don't know, I guess even fishing, because there are places like you're on a river and you think you're public. No. Now the river itself may be public, as long as if you're floating it, you stay on the river and you don't touch land. But then all of a sudden, Mike and I were down at Pagosa Springs, and we were fishing down south, and we wanted to, and all of a sudden we realized that it's almost all private, or it wasn't BLM, it was Bureau of Indian Affairs land. So if you want more detailed information and you're in one or two states, then the $90 or $180 for a couple states is worth it. It's very valuable information. It's a lot more detailed. You get the topo with the boundaries, or you can see the boundaries on an aerial view. And then on the GPS map 66i here, I can turn off different things. Say I only want to see maybe the parcels, and I just want to see who the owners are. I don't care about the topo, I don't care about the aerial. I just want to see the owners. You can do that. So you turn turn maps on and off. Very, very powerful, and suggest you take a look at it and think more in a bigger picture of, okay, yes, it costs money, but what are you getting for that money? And I'll tell you what I've seen already. What you're getting for the money for the hunters and people who are outdoors all the time, it's worth $90. Now, I would like to see Garmin have a bigger package and say, hey, if you're going to be in the Northwest United States, okay, we've got 5-6 states for a reduced cost. Love to see that, but not sure they do that. Well, that's all there is for today. As I learn more and research more and use this, I'll bring other videos to you in the future. But again, I like it. I didn't think I was going to like it just because of the cost. And I thought they were providing the same thing. They're not. It's more detail. So if you got any questions, comments, leave them below. I love to talk with all of you, and I've gotten so much information and feedback from people about trying different things or what works, or just advice, and it's great. So please leave a comment below and like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as Mike and I put out new videos. And we have a lot more videos coming up. A lot more planned for this summer, and not just the summer, but all year long. We got ice fishing coming up this year. We're going to be in Canada and the Yukon next year. Mike and I are already talking about going red stag hunting in New Zealand in maybe 2 to 3 years. A lot of things happening here. We're not a massive channel right now, but I'm telling you what we're doing, where we're going. You're going to like it, so stick with us. And thanks for joining us here on Mike and Rick Outdoors. Oh, and I forgot to mention, stay tuned for some beautiful views of the Miramonte Reservoir in southwest Colorado that I took with my DJI Mini 3 drone.